Welcome back to the program. Well, my next guest is touting an agnostic approach to digital strategy. To explain what exactly that means, founder and director of strategy of Tzu Co, Fabian Di Marco, joins us now from our Sydney CBD studio. Mr. Di Marco, thanks very much for your time. So let's start with the obvious question. What is an agnostic approach to digital strategy?
Sure. Thanks for having me, James.
No worries.
Great to be here. So when we're talking about being an agnostic digital strategy agency, it means that we don't have any dog in the race, essentially. So if you thought about going to a butcher and asking them what's to eat for dinner, they're going to say what? They're going to say meat, probably. But if you go to a dietitian and you ask them what's to eat for dinner, they'll tell you what's best for you. So traditional agencies, what they'll do is they'll often recommend solutions that they offer themselves, that they deliver themselves, such as a website or web development or social media. Because we don't do any development, we're absolutely agnostic in our recommendations, in our solution. We're absolutely unbiased. So we're going to recommend what's best for you, not what makes us money in that form.
So is it a case of tailoring a strategy to individual businesses or individuals? Is that essentially what you mean?
Absolutely right. So we look at the individual problem of the company, the fundamental issues, and we start looking at that from a micro level and from a macro level, and then we go through a strategic process of uncovering the difficult decisions they need to make, which leads to a series of plans and activities and recommendations. Those recommendations themselves are agnostic, so we're not going to recommend you things such as a website just because we build websites. We're going to recommend you what you need in your individual case.
And I mean, do you find that this is an approach that is not widely offered?
Definitely not in Australia. This is something that we've, it's actually come out of demand. So the way it all started was a few years ago. I was approached by some old clients who asked me to sit in a room with them while their agencies were making recommendations. And they said, Fabian, can you just provide some unbiased advice? Are they leading us the right way or the wrong way? And I thought, well, this is interesting. Maybe there's more than this one client who needs this advice. And from that, we've gone from one client to over 40. And we work with agencies now. Last year, we briefed out nearly $2 million worth of agency work. So we work with the agencies.
Are you finding, though, that there are generally a commonality, if you like, around issues companies are faced when trying to deal with digital strategies?
Most definitely. And it's mainly because of the way that the companies are set up. So regardless of if they're a small company or a large company, what we're seeing is, especially in Australia, but this is definitely a worldwide issue, they haven't transformed from businesses that do digital to digital businesses. Yeah. So you need to be a digital business in this marketplace if you want to succeed, if you want to have growth, if you want to have sustainable advantage.
And sorry, do you say that this is something that is is it particular to Australia, or is this a global issue?
It's absolutely a global issue. Australia's just a little bit more latent in the way it's addressing it.
Oh, fantastic, Fabian. Yeah. Appreciate it. Very, very interesting. Thank you.
Very much welcome, James.
Fabian Di Marco there. Well, China's largest smartphone brand, Xiaomi, is extending